Chimezie should have gotten 2 awards. But they probably just felt,
let's
he's
not
getting
do too
Trailblazer.
much.
The fact that he wasn't even nominated. Nah, AMVCA, you didn't try.
Hello everyone and welcome to It's a Wrap by Paul. So we discuss everything movies as regards Nollywood. On today's episode, we'll be recapping the recently concluded African Magic Viewers' Choice Awards, talking about the winners, the results generally, as well as reviewing the movie Momiwa. My name is Elvis Christian, and I have with me my very beautiful experts to, dissect today's episode. All right, so how are you doing?
Good, thank you.
How are you doing as well?
Very well, Elvis. Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So you're a very new face. Welcome to the show. Let's get to know you.
Okay, my name is Sonia JK, and I'm a lifestyle content creator.
Period. Nice. So let's jump right into the show. Let's talk the AMVCAs. What do we think about the results, the winners, the people that didn't win? What do we think about the entire thing?
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Okay, so for this year, I think it was good. I think everybody got what they deserved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody was necessarily snubbed. I particularly like the Trailblazer Award category, and I just feel like everybody got compensated for their work. Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, the good thing, Chimezie got the award for Trailblazer. I thought it was good. But Chimezie had 2 awards at that show. He had the Best Supporting Actor. He wasn't even nominated for that. And I blame the MVCs for that because he should have been nominated. Even if you were not going to give him the award. But he should have been nominated because he did a very good job in Bread of Life. But that happened. And also, I mean, it wasn't... I think this year was a lot calmer compared to last year where there are some inconsistencies. And the last 2 years, I think with the jury selecting the most important categories, I think it sort of helped.
Yeah.
And it sort of gave this prestige back to the MVCAs. I mean, some things were still not there, but largely I could say that they probably came correct this year. Yeah.
I think we can all agree that Breath of Life was a big winner of the night. Right?
Yeah, actually.
A lot of people,
As it should be.
Right. A lot of people were arguing, especially on X, and they were arguing that Tribe of Judah, the tribe called Judah, I beg your pardon, should have gotten something. Because
What should have gotten?
I can understand why. I think it's the whole 1 billion thing in box office. The marketing was great. We just have to give it to them. But when you compare A Tribe Called Judah and Breath of Life, the difference is clear, in my opinion. Right. But I just feel that it's that 1 billion thing that has people confused. And I also think that if Breath of Life had half the kind of PR that Tribe Called Judah had, would have done better numbers.
I think we can't even talk about numbers for
because
Breath of
it was
Life
not in the cinema.
Actually,
but it was a really good movie.
Yeah. Do you agree with? It's just people are just infatuated with the box office success.
I think people just need to be educated more and probably more informed about how the MVCAs work. Okay, it is not a fan space, even if it's a viewers award.
Choice award.
It's not a fan space. There are metrics to calculating who gets the best movie, best actor, whatever. A Tribe Called Judah is a good film. It cannot compete with Breath of Life. And people need to understand that Funke wasn't snubbed. Nobody in the film was snubbed. It was just not a good fit. It was not a good competition line. You can't put Breath of Life and Tribe Called Judah on the same line. They won't stand. Breath of Life is way ahead. So in terms of best actor, who wants to get best actor in Breath of Life?
Chimezie Imo.
In A Tribe Called Judah, you mean?
Why are we laughing?
All right, let's move away from Tumini. Tumini shouldn't have been nominated in the first place, but that's the conversation that we said. There's no best actor there.
Okay.
There's no best supporting actor that I see. There. Funke won that won the best actor, best lead actress. But again, I thought the
production was.
I thought it was good. It was fair, but compared to the other films,
Breath of Life does have very good cinematography. I'd say that.
So I don't know. Again, story wise. I think Tribe Called Judah had a good story, but Breath of Life had a powerful story.
Yeah.
And it was told well.
Difference is there.
I think the direction was very clear. I think at direction, everything was just good with Breath of Life. I mean, Breath of Life had some whatever, but for the better part of it, it was good. It was a well-made film. The Tribe Called Judah did well in the cinemas. That's a spot, right? He probably wouldn't have done the same if he probably went on VOD, but, Should I not to discredit Funke's effort? Don't get me wrong. Funke is an amazing woman, amazing filmmaker, but there's no award for her at the MVCAs.
But I still feel like they should have won something, even if it's just one category.
Yeah,
then you're saying we should
They
just
put in
give
a
them,
lot into that movie.
Let's even just give them, but there's no giving them. If they don't merit it, don't give them.
All right, so a lot of people were arguing that yes, maybe let's take out the award for A Tribe Called Judah, the Industry Achievement Award. A lot of people are like, oh, she's popping right now, she's killing shit right now. Sorry that I cursed. Yeah, why not award her? Why wait till she's aged to give her that award?
Funke's time will come.
I was going to say that.
Right, a time will come. She still has a lot she's trying to do. Right, this is a mark for her, good for her. But there are people that have paved the way, in quotes, that deserves the recognition more than her at the moment. But for now, I think there are those who paved the way, who sort of made it good for us to want to watch Nollywood now. Those are the ones that should be recognized. The Yah Rainbows, the R&Ds. I thought some Judy Kosoko would get the human recognition thing.
Right.
I also thought the same for Gabelo. That's Femi Adebayo's dad. So these people, so there's like a queue.
Yeah.
Funke's on the queue.
Yeah.
But she's way back. These guys have to get the stuff before. But not to discredit her work. She's a good filmmaker. And I wish her all the best, yeah.
All right, so following on the category for Best Actress won by the beautiful Kehinde Bakole, a lot of people felt like she had an amazing performance, but she shouldn't have won that category. She should have won for maybe Sister, not Adire. Do you agree?
She did really great in Adire. I particularly loved her role in the movie.
Yeah.
And Kehinde has been doing a lot of work. She just started getting the recognition for her craft, and I'm really happy she won. I know some people would say Funke should have won in her stead, but she did a great job. Dami, I don't know about you. What do you think about her role in Adire?
When you put Funke, you just make me want to say things. I don't want to say anything.
Or maybe Ireti Doyle?
No. I mean, the way you said it, no.
Maybe you say no, damn.
No, she's a fantastic actor.
Doyle, legend, love her.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think Kehinde deserved that recognition more than not that anybody deserved it more. Kehinde was exceptional, right? Funke, Breath of Tribe Called Judah wasn't. Yeah,
I feel like there was like potential for, personally, this is like a personal opinion, watching A Tribe Called Judah. Starting out, yes, it was amazing. The character was, excelling. She was excelling as an actress with that character. But as the story progressed, she started fading into the background. You understand? So like I started seeing other people do better. Not that she in the movie, you understand? So I didn't think she even stood out in the movie for me. Right, but that's a different conversation.
Kehinde deserves it 100%.
100.
She deserves it 100%. There's nobody. Yeah, let's know.
And there's one thing I also noticed at the AMVCA is we saw a number of younger actors winning awards.
That's why I said this year.
I liked it. I liked that touch they added to it.
This year they listened. Right, so you're giving the award to people that deserve the award regardless of when they came into the industry.
OGs or not.
Which is why I thought Chimezie should have gotten 2 awards. Chimezie has 2 awards in the AMVCAs.
Yeah.
To you.
Whether they like it or not. 2 awards, but they probably just felt,
let's not do Trailblazer.
Let's just give him this. Let's not. The fact that he wasn't even nominated. Nah, AMVCAs, you didn't try.
So do you think the actor that won Best Supporting Actor deserves to win?
Demola is a good actor, but I don't think it deserves to win for Breath of Life.
Right.
I thought
he didn't even get enough screen time in Breath of Life.
But some people might argue that one scene is enough to win you an Oscar.
Yeah.
Right.
That scene wasn't enough to give him the Best Supporting Actor.
Who do you think should have?
Chimezie did better.
Not that is not. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying this because they even. So it was between Chimezie and Ademola in the film. Chimezie should have gotten the nomination. They probably did not want to nominate two
people in one
actors in one category. That made sense. So, and they probably figured we're giving Chimezie a Trailblazer. Let's give this guy this. Not that Demola's done some very great films in the past.
True.
That one scene was amazing.
Which one scene? Which one?
The one scene where they burned the car.
They burnt the car with his kids in it.
Then why wasn't Sambasa nominated for Best Supporting Actor? You don't think Sambasa did well?
That's a point, actually.
Sambasa also did some.
We can't nominate everybody, can we?
Oh, great. So so it came to a position of picking. Why? Who do we give?
True.
Or who do you think deserves? Sambasa already has an MVCA award, Best Supporting Actor, way back. So who do we give? Fair enough. Breath of Life, Demola.
All right.
You get me?
All right. So that we don't flog a lot of this on AMVCA, it's another conversation I saw on X was that why don't we have recognition for Asaba Nollywood. Yeah, because people interpreted Africa Magic Viewers' Choice Awards as movies that are being shown on Africa Magic.
Yeah.
So they were like, none of these movies are on Africa Magic.
I
Because
think
these
the question
Asaba
is-
movies are on Africa Magic. Of course, I don't agree. I'm just asking.
But should we? Did they submit their films?
I'd hope
That's
they
what
did.
we're not
I'd
privy to
hope.
that information.
Yeah.
I think if they had submitted something, it probably would have been nominated in the original Mnet. I don't know the Mnet, but
Or indigenous movies
yeah, something
as well.
like that. Yeah,
Epic
probably would have
movies.
gotten that
Yeah.
nomination. So if it wasn't submitted, fine. And the thing about some movies, if you look at it, the storyline might be good, fair, but the camera work might be bad, and the
Yeah.
cinematography,
But
the,
the, actors,
technical part
the
might
acting
be.
are very, you slapped me. If you know what I mean. Anyways, let's move.
Spider Girl.
Yes, it was the pretty serpent. But yeah, that was more cinema. But anyways, let's move into the other segment of today's, episode, talking about reviewing Momiwa. What did we think about? Let's start with the plot, right? What do we think about the story?
It was very nice. I love Biodun Steven. She's a fantastic director. She's a great storyteller. So I loved the plot. I loved it. The whole concept of it. It was captivating. It was engaging. It was thought provoking. It was great, in my opinion. It was a really good.
Do
movie.
you agree?
Every totally 100% aligned with.
I feel like you're a
so-
fanboy for
No,
regardless of what we say.
No, it's not that. It's just that Biodo has done some. She's done a number of films. She's
Yeah.
done some not so good films, and she's done some very amazing films. I just think it'd be nice to appreciate her for the good that she's done in this industry. She doesn't go. She's not big about the big film budget, whatever. She's a producer's producer. She's the kind of person that does a film with. I don't know, but she doesn't look like she spends a lot, or she needs a lot of budget to make a film.
Great
And
film.
she tells her simplicity is second to none in this industry. How simple she tells the story. I'm not saying she tells it so it's not a lot of it's not so complex that it makes it difficult for us to understand. Which is why I would say again, I said on my IG, I think she's the king of drama in Nollywood, that genre.
Yeah, I think she has
I think
hacked
she's
it.
owned that spot for a while. And I'm not saying this, I don't know her personally. I'm just saying this because I've seen her film and I think that she does pretty well. Momiwa was a good film. Every scene was important
Yeah.
to the entire story.
That's a good plot.
Every scene was
Yeah.
important to the entire story. So for me, just yeah, it was good and it was very simple. It was a very simple story. Very
No,
simple.
I don't exactly enjoy the very simple story talk because I feel like if you have a lot of simple stories, let's try with more complex ones.
But was it very simple though? That's another thing.
I think
Because
it
the way
was.
the plot thickened,
I
at the
think it
middle
was.
towards the end, it was almost like at some point I didn't know certain things were going to unfold until it then happened.
So I knew what was going to happen. I mean, if Iyabo Ojo's character did not come in at the time he came in, I probably would have assumed or said that she actually came for good and she was really sober about everything. But she came too early in the film. So I knew the only way it would make sense was for her to fuck up. And the only fuck up that could happen was for her to treat Momiwa the way she did. And Iyabo Ojo was the best person to play it. I feel like it wasn't too far from who she is.
You
or
think
who
she was the best person to play that role? I had a problem with her playing that role.
I don't
No,
know.
but I wanted to we'll get to the acting
okay.
eventually.
So I feel she was the best person to play. Yeah, and I thought the casting was good, but the story in itself and the way it was directed, it was predictable, but it's the kind of predictable that you want to watch still.
All right, so let's move on to directing. What do we think about the choices she made as a director?
Simple.
Yeah, I don't like the use of simple. Personally,
Do you know
don't
why I say simple a lot? Because a number of Nollywood filmmakers try to be very complex with your stories. You watch the story and you discover that this thing is a very simple story,
Yeah.
but the directing becomes very complex, and you start to wonder what's going on.
Okay.
There are a number of things like that in Nollywood. So why don't you stick to making the story as simple as the story is? Why try to be complex with the story and trying to introduce things that will just make it difficult for people to understand? You understand?
Yeah.
Postcards is one of them. It's a simple story, from what I saw.
I'm
But
sure
the
that's
directing made it
even
very difficult.
Postcards.
It was everywhere, and I could mention a number of films like that. So
Yeah.
that's and sometimes you just
Do you
tell
wanna
the
mention-
story. They want to mention what?
Like you said, you could mention many movies like that.
I mentioned Postcards, bro.
Many. Anyway, but my problem with the word simple is because it reads basic to me.
The numbers, there are lots of basic, simple films in Hollywood. Many.
Okay, so what do you think about the directing? Do you think she made the right choices? Do you think she brought out the best out of the actors and all of that, do you think?
Well, I think she did to a large extent. For the key actors, Uzarukwe and Jessica Albasi, great job. Everything was fluid, in my opinion. She did great.
All right, so now let's talk acting, because I feel like you've been itching to talk about the actors. So let's talk about them one by one.
Okay.
Who do you think gave their best performance? Or who do you think is a flatlined?
Okay, so for Jessica Albasi that played Momiwa, she did a fantastic job. Oh my God, she owned it. Like, in the top of my head, I can't think of any other actor that would have done a better performance.
That's
it was
cute.
that good.
Yeah.
Then Uzarukwe too. Uzarukwe was, I liked the parts where he was very intense. Like, he was perfect casting for the major characters, Uzarukwe, Jessica Albasi. But I had a problem with Iyabo Ojo.
Why?
Oh, you don't think she's a good actor, right?
No, not about her acting. I just didn't think she was the best person for that role. And I'm going to say why. The first thing would be that, to me, I just find it somehow when someone who is older is acting with someone who is younger. Is that weird?
I think the problem is that
Iyabo is older than Uzarukwe, but she's acting as his wife.
So I think the problem is
Does it make
that
any
she's
sense?
older and it's apparent in the movie that she is older.
Yes, you would have used a younger.
Was it apparent?
I don't know. It
obvious
just
to me.
I couldn't make sense of it in my head. So
So you
it was just
couldn't
weird.
take out Iyabo Ojo from the character.
From the character.
So is
it
it
just
that-
seemed like
do you
she
think
was
that's
older
a
than
you
Uzo.
problem?
Maybe it's a me problem,
Okay.
but it was just getting in the way in my head.
Okay.
And one thing I also noticed was that with the child characters, was it Vida? The daughter of Uzarukwe, it was confusing. The casting, for me, in my opinion, wasn't good because I thought she was Momiwa's child.
That was what the twist is. That's why it's filmed.
But
So you watching
Okay.
it from the beginning would assume that she's Momiwa's child because of how she looks. Because they look alike and seems like she eats a lot. So you would assume that this is Momiwa's child. But that's what the twist is. Which is why when Iyabo Ojo was introduced, it made sense to me.
Yeah, it did make sense.
Because then you would naturally predict, Momiwa's child and everything. But then
even when she said my children, I was like,
nobody your folks like that. Like you see the number of
people
parents
do
and
that.
their kids are not.
You don't really
it
look like
happens
them.
a
Yeah,
lot.
okay.
So it just shows that Momiwa is taking good care of them. That's why So Momiwa is their mom, but not their mom. If you get it. So
Yeah.
Like
that's
a
the
nanny
twist.
type thing.
Not a nanny, but,
But
yeah,
type. Similar.
Momiwa.
but aside that, the casting was great in my opinion, and they delivered. I loved
casting was
Jessica's
good.
role.
Yeah.
So-
She owned it.
Do you agree with her? Not like she didn't like Iyabo Ojo's performance in the movie.
Not her performance per se. Don't get me wrong. She's a fantastic actor. Please don't set me up.
Yeah, like if I hear you correctly,
Okay.
you understand, communication is what I hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
So I'm saying, like, do you like the performance?
She was okay, but I feel like she forced it at some point.
So you did not like it.
It was okay, but it wasn't great in my opinion, and that's why I'm saying they should have used someone else.
Who do you think would have been a better fit?
Who do I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Who do I think?
Play cast and director, fan cast.
Can I think of anybody right now? If I say Kehinde Bankole, I don't know. Does it sound off?
Yes, I think it's a little bit too on the nose there. Let's give KD back on,
But for me, I think Iyabo Ojo was good. Goes back to the question. Iyabo Ojo was good for the role. I think she looks like a wicked person. No, in reality,
Okay.
she looks like a wicked person.
Yeah.
And
It was believable.
it was believable. Exactly. It wasn't like, so even when she was begging, I don't know, I had a problem with when she was crying. I was like,
Like,
Iyabo Ojo,
Iyabo wasn't now, man. Let's be honest, she wasn't now,
she wants to dominate. But when she started dominating, it made sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I started remembering the Iyabo Ojo of the Yoruba films. Then
Yeah.
when she got to the kitchen, she was like, "What are you doing? Go and buy this thing in the market." Everything that made sense. So it's not far from who Iyabo Ojo is as an actor normally. It's not far from something she's done before.
Like a
Which is why I
typecast.
said, which is why I said she fit.
Okay.
What about the chemistry? I had a problem with that as well.
I mean, so
Chemistry
so
with Uzo.
the way I define chemistry, because now the thing is, we sometimes always want chemistry to be that. But we always want chemistry to be the Kunle Remi and Adesua kind of chemistry. In the film they did, I can't remember the name of the film now. I think it was about the best I've seen in terms of male and female chemistry.
Okay.
When you except you go way back and you talk to Emeka Ike and Genevieve and all those guys way back.
Oh,
then.
yeah.
You know, but present time, I think Kunle and Adesua. But so the thing about chemistry is there's something I want to see on TV, which is you want them to look like they love each other, like they fit. If I don't have a babe, but if I show you my babe, you probably would see and say, oh, you guys don't have chemistry. Because she's probably an opposite of, or she doesn't just vibe. It doesn't just look like someone that Dami would date, or someone that she would. I don't look like someone that she would date.
Interesting.
You understand? So you could employ that twist in filming. You in most cases you want someone like Uzaruko and maybe Bimbo Ademoye or maybe someone that played this thing before.
I see your point.
You know, but Yaboji coming in was like.
I think maybe it's still the age thing and it's a meeting. So.
Yeah, but she didn't look older. But she didn't look older to me in the film.
She looked all that to me. I don't know.
I think the makeup was even good. Yeah,
maybe I do.
The makeup wasn't bad. The makeup would have been bad. My made it look like his grandma.
And then Liliana Faber as well. Liliana Faber was just that one scene. I was hoping she'd probably come up later.
Yeah, that's about Liliana's best performance so far in her career. I'm telling you.
But that was for like 2 minutes.
I'm telling you, like
2 minutes.
I was at the point I wasn't even sure that she was going to do more. But when that was about, you disagree how?
I think she's had really solid performances.
Maybe in what she got for her AMVCA, maybe the Igbo.
She was a producer. She won as a producer.
She was a producer. That's the best monologue performance. Go and check it. Go and watch it again.
I mean, it was a good performance, but I wouldn't want to say that's her best performance.
Why? Because it's just that.
I mean, she has done a couple of movies, so
let's leave Lily.
That's my own opinion.
Yeah, let's leave her alone.
She's done some films, but that was all she needed to do in the film, and she get out.
I mean that is a compliment, I guess. One scene is enough for you to, stand out. Yeah. All right, so let's move to cinematography. What did we think?
Oh, again, it was simple.
I don't like simple.
That simple word.
Yeah, so because, let me just say, the reason why I don't like simple is because it reads basic to me, because the choice of using the same actor seems like taking the easier route every single time. Because if you're known for simple, personally, I would think as an examiner immediately. I'm always thinking, okay, let's push her. Maybe take a complex story. Maybe try an actor you've never worked with. Maybe not write the story. Let someone else write the story that you direct. You get? So that's what I think when I hear simple.
Another thing is it effective? At the end of the day, is it efficient? Is it effective? Is it working for her over time?
It's working.
So I think she's just like, recycling the same thing. Exactly.
Would you rather
she tries and fails?
No, would you rather a good cinematography
and a bad story?
Fair.
There are a number of that in Hollywood.
Oh well, point valid.
No, choose a good story.
Yeah, I'll choose a good story anytime because musical sign camera.
I mean, it's also important, but
it is important. But
if the story is shitty, I won't get to the end.
I always think a better story because that's what keeps me in the cinema. I can keep me sitting.
What was the last Nollywood film you saw?
Not really. I've been very busy. Salary and us.
Okay, what about April?
I saw Achishopo last month actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Anyways, let's move on to other metrics apart from cinematography. Generally, what would you advise someone to see it?
Yes, I would.
Momiwa. Are you playing?
I would. It was a really good film, and the message. I love the message. So for me, it's more like the message? For me the takeout for me was that family is not necessarily blood ties, right? And it resonates with me so much because I've had people that are not related to me, but they've carried me, they've shown up for me. Yeah. So I could relate to the story a lot. So I just feel like, it's something someone can learn from. Yeah.
It's what you should, it's the kind of film you should be watching, Yeah.
One more thing I just remembered, you don't need to have so much to help people. That part where Momiwa, she was at her shop and she was helping with the kids while he was doing his whole bricklaying thing. She didn't have so much, but the little she had, she was able to help someone.
I think it's based on true life.
True events, true.
Oh, I didn't even know
actually.
That. Yeah. I didn't even know.
Actually.
Which is, and if you watch Sister to the same, so, you want to watch films that you watch and you be like, wow,
we can relate to.
Yeah.
Not films that you watch and you're trying to understand.
Understand what happened.
Even after it's done.
What did I just watch?
No, recently I was watching a movie and I was like, okay, this has been going on for a long time. I just touched the remote. And I realized I was at the end. I was like, oh.
How did you get
here? This has been going on for a long time.
Nollywood?
Yeah, Nollywood, yeah.
What's the name?
I don't think we'll save it for another episode. All right, so would you 1 to 10? What would you rate the movie Momiwa?
I'll give it an 8 over 10. It's the highest
That's
I've given.
Very high, yeah.
Really high for Dami.
It's the highest I've given. Sometimes life is not that difficult. Don't make it complex.
That's very saucy. Very suspicious.
So about what?
I don't know. Just you're barely ever nice.
Everybody said it was a good film. It wasn't just Dami.
Yeah. Fair.
And I've not come across anybody that said it was bad.
There are many movies that we've reviewed on here that everyone says is good, but when it comes to you don't agree.
No, but then if I agree, it means it's good.
Anyways, to you, what's the temperature?
For me, it's a 9 over 10. Actually, it was very good, very, very, very good.
All right.
Just leave the one for like some lapses here and there, but 9 over 10. I don't want to say the Yabojo thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I also feel like
it's gonna sound like you have a personal.
No, I don't have a personal problem with it, and
It's okay if you do.
It's actually fine.
I love Yabo, but I just feel like someone else probably should have
done it.
So
you don't feel like she deserves to act in Beyonce's
movie.
Dami, what are you trying to do with that question? I just feel like someone else would have played that
would have
role.
played it better than her.
Yeah, maybe. In my opinion.
So like they're better actors than her.
Again. That maybe she should like brush up.
Yeah, maybe she should stop and just focus on influence.
Dami, what are you doing?
I would rate the movie a very good because everyone has done it's 9. I'll just say 7. I won't give
So
it
it
10.
makes sense. 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Good.
Anyways, we've come to the
good.
end of this episode. Please, we always like to hear your comments. Watch the movie and tell us what you think about it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? All right, until next time, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.